Yeah, there you go. Hi, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started pretty quickly here because we have a kind of a lot going on this evening. Welcome to the December 2024 Eastwood membership meeting. We're going to get going here in just a second. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and call to order. As soon as people start showing up on Zoom, we'll be all set here. Make sure we're all there. All right, good. All right, so we're going to go through just the same thing we normally do. We're going to say hello, introductions, welcome. We do have a special presentation. We have our elected officials update, treasurer report, secretary report. Barrio Dogs is here to speak, and we're going to be going through our vote process during this time. And at the very end of this meeting, we will announce the Eastwood Civic Association 2025 Board of Directors. So is anybody new to the Eastwood Civic Association meeting? Hi, welcome. Nice to meet y'all. I won't make you come up and say hello unless you really want to. I promise. We thank you for coming. And if this is a helpful meeting for you, you can always come back. So we are going to go into our candidate presentations just so that they have time to speak, but we do have a very special guest who's going to come up here and say a few words before we get started on everything else. You probably need to speak in here.
Oh, back here?
Well, you can carry the microphone.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. Good evening. I feel like I know everyone here. To see you here, I've seen you at somebody's wine night. Or another social gathering. But if we haven't had a chance to be, my name is Carol Alvarado, native East Ender and your state senator. Served as your state rep and your city council member. So we've had a long relationship. I really wanted to come by just to let you know we're getting ready to gear up for session. We go back next month. January is when the session starts. I think it went on. Anyway, so I don't have a lot of time to speak, but I just wanted to put a few things on your radar that are going to be the hot topics. I see Judith Cruz here, and education / vouchers is probably going to be the most highlighted issue, probably the most controversial, the most debated one. So want to let you know that that's coming forward, and we're going into session with a little bit over a $20 billion surplus. So setting priorities and where that money would go, I would love to see a lot of that money go to education to give our teachers a pay increase. We tried to get that done last time, but they tried to keep teacher pay increase, the vouchers, and it just fell apart after that. I know that we all have a lot of interest regarding Union Pacific, the trains, and y'all know if you follow me on social media, I post a lot about that. We had a meeting with them last week. They are making some changes within their hierarchy of team, and I probably seen a little bit of improvement, but some of you, I know, maybe not, depending on where you are and what time of the day. But they are doing some things to make some changes with personnel and just kind of a change of attitude. I believe that's what it seemed like. And they want to work with us on trying to go after money for grade separations. And I said, well, some grade separations I'm okay with, some I'm not. You know, we all had the big debate here. So if there are any grade separations, it will be proposed that touch residential neighborhoods, rest assured, we're going to debate that and hear everybody out before anything is even put on the table. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention that that's something that you may see discussed about possible funding in the legislative session. We continue to monitor a lot of air quality issues, concrete patch plans. We've had a lot of public hearings throughout our district for that. So we'll stay vigilant on those issues. I imagine we'll have other issues related to maybe voting in elections that take place in the legislative session, and maybe more issues related to women's reproductive care, which I know you think we all think, what else can you do? We've done everything in Texas. So I just really, just wanted to stop by and say hello. We're just a phone call away. In case you're not aware, our office is right down the street, Lockwood and Harrisburg, in the neighborhood of the building, and we're on the 4th floor. Thank you. I know you have a full agenda, so we appreciate you squeezing this in.
It's no problem. And of course, it's never an Eastwood Civic Association meeting without some technical issues because our projector has decided it no longer wants to work for us. So we're gonna work. Oh, there, never mind. It's some Christmas miracle. Okay, so we are gonna go through our check presentation with the home tour committee. So Aaron and Matthew, if you want to come up and say hello.
Thank you everyone for joining. One thing I want to do just real quickly.
Hold it closer to your
If
mouth.
you have anyone in the room that was a part of the historic home tour committee, come and stand up here in front of us, that would be great. I know it's one of our biggest committees. I know that there's a lot of work involved, so come enjoy this moment.
You can try. It might have turned off.
See you.
Oh, I think-
Hello, Michael.
The whole crew, get on up here.
Oh my God. Try it. Is it still on? Okay, yeah. I think it is. Hello, this one works too. Yeah.
No, you get your this one. No, let's see.
Try this
You're from. Much better.
Okay,
So at our last general membership meeting, I announced that we had a record-breaking fundraising year this past home tour, raising over $17,000, and that was in gross revenue. Our committee at the time was still calculating some final expenses, and so we're excited to announce tonight that our total net revenue from the event was $14,052.21. Like I said last time, and I'll reiterate, this fundraising is an all-time record. It's more than we have ever raised, and that was in large part due to all of our sponsors. We had unbelievable sponsorships. Eastwood served as our presenting sponsor again this year, but really our business community really rallied around what we were doing, and so we're so excited. For the past several years, the home tour committee has decided to share some of our revenue with organizations that support our immediate community. And so as a board and as a committee, we voted again this year to sort of pay forward 25% of our net revenue. And we chose two local causes this year. So one of them is the Easton Scholars Program through the Easton Chamber of Commerce. We will have an Eastwood Civic Association scholarship. Again, this year, we got to meet, several board members got to meet our scholarship recipient last year, who was a local high school student going off to college. And so he was very grateful for that support. And then our secondary recipient, Matthew.
So the second organization was actually featured on our home tour this year. So if any of y'all came out and checked it out, it's a small urban farm called Eastwood. You're really good. So if those of you who have been exposed to it before, they do incredible work providing local produce to people in the 2 or 3 mile radius around the farm. And it's a really great way to give back and get involved and see where does our food come from and kind of what part of what's going into that. So they've had a really interesting long journey, and they are relocating to a new site. So a long-term facility. It's gonna be amazing. So we will have them in the neighborhood for the next 40 years, which is a really exciting thing. And one of the things that's great too is Tommy, who's here to join us today, is actually, we realize, a resident of the greater Eastwood area. He's in our Mountain Civic Association, which we just learned today. So it's cool that we are giving back to people in our community that are giving back to the surrounding community. So we'd like for Tommy to come up and accept this moment. We've got a big check. All of your dreams are going to come true.
There's anyone here from the chamber, right? I've not seen anybody, but no, that's fine.
So today you present to Tommy a check for $1,800. So we can go for a time. We'll go work with the photo on there. Give me a minute. Thank you so much, Tommy, for giving that for name. I'm really excited.
So we have real chat for you too.
This one's less fun.
Yeah, these are not the topics. So yeah, I think we're up to that. Thank you, Tommy, so much for sharing Cinco with us on the tour and for all the great work you do for our community. And we look forward next year to sharing, in the spring, some more information about who our scholarship recipients is. I think that's it. And thank you guys.
Big round of applause.
All right. We're gonna come back here. So we do have our candidate presentations. Each candidate is gonna get 1 minute to speak, 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, just to speak about what they want to achieve while working with the Eastwood Civic Association. So I see Corbin has arrived, and I hate to put you on the spot because I know you just got here. But if you want to come up and say hello and introduce yourself so everybody knows who they're voting for.
Hi, my name's Corbin Dodge. I'm a former board member for the ECA. I unfortunately had to resign last year due to personal circumstances. And I'm looking forward to continuing where I left off. Most of you in the room probably know me. And the reason that I resigned was that, okay, you can't hear me? Okay. I'll start over. My name's Corbin Dodge. I'm a former member of the board. And I'm looking forward to continuing where I left off. I had to leave for personal circumstances. And my wife was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So I felt it was in the best interest of the community. For all those in here who have been through something like that, let's give her a round of applause. Despite this diagnosis, she was an active member of the Metro Committee and helping to resolve that situation and get the voices of the community, myself as well. That being said, my goal is to pick up where I left off and to resonate the voices of the entire community. My goals are summarized as follows: to finalize the process of removing socially discriminatory language from the deed restrictions. We were already partially through. To develop collaborations with other strong communities throughout the city of Houston, and I've already started on that. I'd like to continue collaborating with them in our efforts. To work with Trees for Houston's Trees for Neighborhoods program to help restore the beautiful oak-lined, tree-lined streets that we once had. That is a community program that is provided through the city for free. And to establish and to continue working on our streets and sidewalks. As many of you may know, Rusk Street has been redone thanks to the efforts of Sarah Gutierrez. And we helped fill in the gaps where they left off parts of sidewalks undone. Also getting the streetlights up and running again, which has been a current project as well. And to establish that would be establishing a relationship with our Center Point representative. I intend to remain an active block captain as I have been, and continue collaborations with Baylor College of Medicine's Dan L. Duncan Cancer Center to get speakers out here and help get representation of our community for research studies and epidemiologic studies on cancer throughout the city of Houston. So again, my name is Corbin Dodge, and I would thank you for your vote.
Thank you so much, Corbin, for coming back, and it's good to see Renee here. Awesome to see your face. Matthew, you are up next.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. It's me again. I promise this will be the last time you have to see me today. My name is Matthew Donovan. I've lived in the East End of Houston for the past decade. I bought into Eastwood back in 2018 and restored and remodeled a home here. And I did not realize what I had bought into until I had moved into the neighborhood. And being a member of Eastwood is been an absolute joy. Serving on the board this year has been an incredible opportunity. I think with everything going on in the world, it's really nice to give back to where you live and what you make a home and being a part of a community. And I'm excited to continue to be a part of that. I think we have done amazing things as a board this year. I'm incredibly proud of the work that we've done around our tax status, around our nonprofit status, around getting everything together with insurance, because we are creating a foundation to have a much stronger board that's going to be able to give back. It also was a joy to be co-chair with Aaron on our historic home tour. Like we mentioned, we raised more money than we ever have. And we're instilling into the organization, how do we kind of pay it forward? So giving those proceeds back to making sure that we're investing in the neighborhood is something that will have a legacy long past when we serve on the board. So it's been amazing to be a part of that. I would appreciate your vote. I would love to continue to serve for another year. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. We have Amy Erickson. I know I saw you. Oh, there you are. You're right there in front of me.
Howdy neighbors, I'm Amy Erickson. My husband and I have lived in Eastwood for, this is our 18th year. We have an 8th grade child. In middle school, I have a particular interest in public schools and also in safety. I've been on the safety committee. I've enjoyed that work. We've been identifying sidewalks, streets, lighting, traffic markings, things like that. Even before my work with the safety committee, I was a avid 311 reporter. So I still enjoy doing that. You'd be surprised, and I'd love to help people learn how to do that for themselves instead of asking someone else. The city's actually pretty responsive. And I would also like to collaborate with the schools in our area, maybe do some school cleanups, which we've already kind of done. With everything going on in HISD, I think they appreciate community support, and that's all I've got.
Thank you so much. All right. Gotta turn the microphone back on. No, now it says no battery.
Hey, can y'all?
can hear you on the screen.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay, can y'all hear me in person then? Yeah, okay. I'm Erin Locke. I have lived in Eastwood for about 10. I've lived in Eastwood for about 10 years. I, like you all, really love and cherish our community. It's a very special place that has become much more than just a place to live. It really is kind of part of my heart at this point. And I first got involved in the ECA actually as the chair of the Eastwood Home Tour beginning in 2016. I have served as the chair since then, most recently with a new sidekick, Matthew, who I'm very grateful for. The home tour, for those of you who don't know, is the only revenue generator for the Eastwood Civic Association. We do not charge dues, so anything we do, we pay for with the proceeds that come from the home tour. Professionally, I've worked in the nonprofit sector for over 16 years, and I like to share my expertise in what I do in my day job with the board. I, like Matthew, am really excited to see our board becoming more of a professional organization, tightening up our checks and balances, financial controls, things like that. And I really am also passionate about engaging our new families to the neighborhood. I'm sure most of you also notice that there are a lot of young families that are new to the neighborhood. And I really feel like Eastwood can continue to evolve to make sure we're engaging everybody who lives here, because that will just ensure the success of what we all enjoy in our community today. I think that's about it. I have 20 seconds left. So to sum it all up, I would be honored to continue to serve on the board and work with my fantastic team members for another year.
We're gonna try this again. Thomas, you're up next. And this might die on you too. There's a, if you can,
Howdy.
at least stand here so you can get the, yeah.
Alrighty, we got 2 minutes. Very good. Howdy, my name is Thomas Lopez. I currently a board member with the ECA and excited to be part of this process here tonight. It's been a great pleasure to be part of the board over the last year to contribute to the community. I didn't know what I was signing up for necessarily, but what I've found is some great friends on the board and then great community members. When I started, one of the things that was kind of brought to as an opportunity was to start up the coffee and conversation. So I've been able to kick that off, and we've had quarterly events with great turnout, not just from our neighbors, but also from elected officials. So we've been able to give a voice to some of our concerns, to people who can help solve some of our problems. I've also been able to help represent the neighborhood as part of a meeting that we had with the Metro Board, and excited about the opportunities that are there for us to improve our community with the support of Metro, even though I know we've not always had the best relationship with them. When I moved to the Eastwood in 2020, I was here to start my family with my husband and the two girls that we've adopted, and we've grown into a loving community, and our house is one that we're very proud of, and excited to be part of this network of wonderful people that you are. So looking forward to again everything that the previous candidates have talked about, being able to contribute and further impact the community to make great things happen for us. Lastly, I would say, not to guilt you all, but my family has been running for elections at school and trying out for cheerleading, and we're 0 for 2. So don't make me go home 0 for 3. Okay, that's all I'll say. But appreciate your support, and you all have a good evening.
Okay, Emily. You have to speak loud, unfortunately.
I'm Emily Olin, and I brought my own personal cheering squad and my daughter Emma, who's 9. We've lived in Eastwood for about 8 years. I would say this is the first year that I feel like I've really gotten to know so many of you, I think due to personal reasons, plus COVID. But we've really enjoyed it. We were on the home tour this year, so many of you walked through my home, and it was fantastic. We've loved it. I think it has been hard at times to meet other families. So I would like to do a series of park play dates, meetups at local restaurants, maybe even like a movie night at the Park Esplanade where we bring out a projector, just providing more easy opportunities for parents and families to connect. There's a lot of good things that can happen in neighborhoods when that happens. Schools can be improved. We can get more activities in our neighborhood. I would love to have my daughter do sports and activities here and not have to drive her into town. So that's essentially it. So thank you all. Short and sweet.
All right, Kyle. Kyle Rogers, the one and only legend.
Hello, my name's Kyle Rogers. I have been on the Eastwood Board of Directors now for, I think, 4 years, going on 4 years. The previous 2 years, I was a secretary. Luckily, Everett has overtaken me and has the duty of writing up the minutes these days. But in that role, I created a format for the minutes and a way to post them publicly, which is in our Google Drive. There's a public section for anybody who wants to see what is available for the entire organization. So that's one of my past accomplishments. I also relaunched the Eastwood Voice last year, which is our community newsletter. Now we're hoping to get it expanded in its distribution coming up for going forward. But at the time being, there was nothing, and now there is something. So there's that. This year, I've focused my efforts as simply as a director on returning our organization to recognition with the state of Texas, which we had lost many years ago, and also as a non-official IRS nonprofit, which we were before 2012. There was a board changeover many years ago, and the taxes were not filed, and we are very close to returning to that. That was my main focus this year. Going forward, we are simply in the waiting stages right now to hear back from the IRS on that. Going forward, next year, I'd hope to start a beautification committee and actually start spending some of our money on plants, paintings, and things of that nature. Thank you so much. Kyle Rogers.
Right. Last but certainly not least, Catherine Santa Maria. That's about as Texan as you can be.
All right, good evening. My name is Catherine Santa Maria. Thank you for the opportunity to run for a board seat. I've thoroughly enjoyed this past year serving on the ECA board, and I'd like to continue in this role for 2025. So on the ECA board, I've co-led the communications committee, and we've been working to standardize our email communications, to grow our database of contacts, and attract more members, more residents to ECA events. And our committee also produces the voice newsletters, which we hope to expand in the coming year. If elected to the board, I would like to build more services for residents in the greater Eastwood area, to engage small businesses in the area, and to continue supporting the ECA's important, impactful initiatives. I am a 15-year resident of Eastwood and a Houston native, and my background is in project management. In my day job, I lead large and diverse groups to achieve common goals. That expertise, plus a true love of our neighborhood and our community, makes me a great candidate for a board seat, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you very much.
Right. So everybody should have a ballot at this time if you in your hands, so go ahead and fill that out. And when you're done, we're going to walk around with a box and collect those. So we'll give you some time to do that. And while you're working on that, we have a lovely presentation from Barrio Dogs. So this is just a Mac. You just gotta move it down.
Down. Okay.
So when you're ready.
Okay.
Unfortunately, our microphones are not working.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. My name is Gloria Centeno, and I'm the founder and president of Barrio Dogs. On a personal note, I'm a born and raised East Ender. My family, in fact, goes back almost 100 years in Second Ward. So I truly care about this neighborhood. And about 20 years ago, I moved back to the neighborhood, and I was horrified with the amount of stray dogs, dogs on chains, pregnant mamas, dead animals in the streets. And then I would go to my really great job at that time in the Galleria area and see a totally different life over there. I mean, people walking their animals on leashes and little outfits and drinking Starbucks. And then I would come back to my community and see these tragedies every day. So that's basically how the organization was born. I got involved with a lot of rescue groups, but I felt like that approach wasn't getting to the root causes. And so Barrio Dogs was born. So we focus primarily on education and community outreach. We're a 501(c)(3). Like I said, we've been around since 2010. And our beliefs are pet or a lifetime commitment, and that need proper care. Education, spay and neuter initiatives is really the most humane way to control the overpopulation. And just basic awareness, education on zero tolerance for animal mistreatment to create a safer, healthier, higher property value communities, which I'm sure that's all that you guys want as well. So how do we go about this? Our core program is our Barrio Dogs Youth and Paws program. We feel like education is essential. We go into pre-K, elementary schools. That's more of our core work. We do work in middle school and high school, but the high school students, we try to get them to volunteer with us. But we really feel like education is really at the root of our efforts. We're growing our program. We've been in the East End schools quite a bit, but we plan to even branch out even further. Our Barrio Dogs Fix It program. This is our spay and neuter initiative. And this year, we did the most spay and neuters we've ever done. In our spring Fix It, we did almost 400 dogs and cats. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And then our fall Fix It, we do 2 events a year. We do a spring and a fall, although through the year, we're helping people as well. But those are